Hi, welcome back to Girl Who Reads. I hope you had a great week and a wonderful weekend. I know I did. It's been now we're into fall, but it's still beautiful weather here, pretty warm. So I was able to go outside and enjoy it, and I'm having some work done around the house, and so I got to go pick out a new door. That's kind of fun. I'm excited. After 8 years of living here, I'm finally going to get the door changed out that I've been wanting to since I bought the house, pretty much. So I'm excited that that's going to happen. But and reading-wise, I finished up Immortal by Jean Doucette. It was a great read. If you didn't read my review, just go back. It should be the post right before this one. It made me excited to read again. I don't know if you noticed in my prior reviews, this last few, that I just didn't feel really excited about the books. They were good, and but it just didn't leave me excited about reading. And I have to say, Immortal was like finding one of those rare gems, and you just at the end had to sit back and go, wow. And so I really hope you pick it up and read it, because it deserves to be read. And like I said, it made me excited to be reading, and so I was able to delve right into the next book that I have on my list. So a little while back, Unthanked Books contacted me about reading The Mystery of Edwin Drood. And if you can see the author name on here, you'll notice that it is a pretty well-known author, Charles Dickens. I love Charles Dickens. Tale of Two Cities is one of my absolute favorite books. The interesting thing about this one is that it's his last manuscript before he died, but it was not completed. I read the introduction, which if you're going to read the book, I don't think you should if you don't know what the story's about, because it does spoil it a little bit for you. But in the introduction, it was kind of interesting to see that it was supposed to be written as 12 serials. It was going to be a monthly magazine type thing. And he wrote 6 of them. 3 or 4 of them had been published, and the other ones were still being edited, and he hadn't quite polished them. And then the other 6 hadn't even been written, and so David Madden took some notes that had been preserved from Dickens, and I guess records of talking. And if you look at like Amazon, there's been a lot of publications of this book, and so I guess other people have tried to complete it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that happens. I know that other books have been that way. I think Scarlet was like that. After Margaret Mitchell died, somebody else completed the book, and I just find it kind of interesting to see if another author can come pick up, the voice. It's not quite ghostwriting, because you have the first author's work already. So I do find it a fascinating topic, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's kind of thick. It's kind of intimidating, and it comes out October 1st. I really, really hope I can get this finished, but that means I'm going to have to put some serious time into reading. I finished one book, started another one, and I'm still continuing working on Stephen George and the Dragon. I probably will finish it up in the next day or two, depending on reading time. But it is such a fun read. All the Once Upon a Time stories. I remember growing up reading fairy tales, but they were always the Disney version or the Golden Book version. And now I'm thinking maybe I should go see about these longer versions that are out there that Disney kind of cut out some parts of so that they would make them on an easier reading level. Because I'm just having a great time. It's just, totally frivolous reading. But I think everybody needs that, and since I read it mostly on my lunch break and things like that, it's just, great time just to kind of chill out and zone out, but still get a great story out of it. So I do recommend that you go pick up Stephen George and the Dragon. I haven't seen a whole lot of reviews come out for it, which is really a shame because it's such a good book. So yeah, go ahead. No, don't wait on my review, even though it should be out later this week. But go ahead and pick up that book. Stephen George and the Dragon is great. So that's what I'm reading. I did put in a request for a audiobook at the digital library. Shelter Me, I think is what it's called. It's popped up a couple of times as recommended or whatever, and so this time around I thought I'd give it a try. I'm like 5th on the waiting list, so it shouldn't be long. Really was hoping that I'd hear back from Random House, because I told you last week that we talked on Twitter, and we were talking about the Night Circus, and that it's read by Jim Dale, who read Harry Potter, which really made me love audiobooks, and I was really hoping that they would put in a word for me, and maybe mysteriously a copy of Night Circus would show up. But so far, it's a no-go. But who knows? It might still happen. Sometimes that happens to me, that I get a book requested, or agree to review a book, and then several weeks later it shows up and I've completely forgotten about it, and it's a great surprise. So I'm hoping for that. And anyways, I hope you have a great reading week. I hope you have just a wonderful time, and I will see you next week. Bye!